Officials say France's high-speed rail network was hit by coordinated arson attacks today, threatening to delay the opening ceremonies at the Paris Olympics. They ultimately were not delayed. Officials are calling the attacks an act of sabotage that caused widespread travel disruptions for about 800,000 people, including Olympic athletes heading to that ceremony. Rail service has since resumed. No one was injured. So far, no one has claimed responsibility. Hal Kempfer, he is a retired Marine Corps intelligence officer and counterterrorism expert. He's with us live now. Good to have you. So I know that obviously they're now stepping up security. That makes sense. But overall, Hal, is Paris safe?
Well, Marla, the downtown area is safe, and they are stepping up security. From what we're told, the outer perimeter areas, those things like the infrastructure, the TGV rail network that was attacked, they're going to be improving security on that. Of course, you're talking a vast amount of area, and you can't have perfect security. They don't have unlimited resources. So whereas the Paris itself is very safe, these other areas are going to be looking at more closely. Hopefully, they will deter anyone who would do any sort of follow-on attacks.
What do we know about, I mentioned no one's claimed responsibility, but what do we know about threats to the Olympics right now?
Right now, it has the trademark of what we've seen with Russian-inspired attacks. This is what we call hybrid warfare, gray zone activities. The Russians have been doing all sorts of things. A Russian individual was actually taken into custody who was, believe it or not, Russian, and he was getting drunk. And he was boasting about doing disruptive attacks. They brought him in. It turns out he's a Russian operative that's planning on doing attacks. We've seen attacks like this in other places like the Czech Republic and Lithuania. So Russia's leading the list, although Israel has said that Iran was planning to do some sort of attack, either directly or with its proxies. And then within Paris, within France, they're saying maybe some leftists might have done this. But it certainly looks most likely that the Russians were behind it.
Okay, well, we were just showing, by the way, a beautiful live look at the Eiffel Tower, where it is just after 3:25. They're 9 hours ahead of us. There's that live look right now. Obviously, that's a hard target, the Eiffel Tower, but there are so many soft targets around the Olympics. Stepping up security, is that enough?
Well, that's a problem. How big can you make your perimeter, so to speak? That's the thing. They attack places really far away from Paris. These are the TGV tracks. These are long rail lines covering a lot of area. And the question is, you look at roads, you look at rail lines, you look at utility lines, you look at all these other things. They would take an immense army to really secure in any way. So that's something that's big. That's something that they're going to have to work on. I don't know if they're going to be able to fix that anytime soon. Obviously, that's an issue for any Olympics or any type of games.
Well, you know what? LA is poised to get the Olympics in 4 years in 2028. So what can we learn from this as we prepare to get the Olympics? We have about 30 seconds left.
Well, we got a lot of people on the ground. They're actually in France right now from the 24 Olympic or from the LA Olympics, looking at this, particularly on the security side. And they're going to be looking at this longer perimeter, if you will, these lines of communication, all these soft targets. And I have a sense that we're going to be changing our strategy a bit to accommodate it.
I think they would be well served if they consulted with you, too, Hal. Maybe you are. Who knows? I hope you are. Are you?
Well, we'll see.
Okay. All right. Put you on the spot just like that. Hal Kempfer, we appreciate you. Have a good weekend. Thank you.